show the type of the page of the book with all the bird of the last 40 years of our wine in Castellare di Castellina. Now all the people talk about the sustainability. We start with the sustainability 40 years ago, and the bird are the symbol, because in our vineyard don't use chemical product of synthesis, but only natural product. It's not the production very easy, but we start 40 years ago. In the book, the special book, we have all this image, historical, because the sign is exceptional from John Gould. The second thing, before to start with the word, I like introduce Gianluca Picca. Probably many of you know yet, have the responsibility of the coordination of the export. Gianluca, thank you to be here together. Okay, Alessandro, you can follow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. This is, also from my side, I want to say thanks to Gianluca to join us. And I am sure that Gianluca has the power and all the characteristics to bring higher and higher the level of Castellare distribution around the world. And just to finish the Rocca di Frassinello, a few words about the winemaking process. The grapes are fermented separately, of course, because Sangiovese and Cabernet Merlot the harvest is made in a different period. But there's the fermentation in stainless steel, and the malolactic fermentation in concrete, and then the wine is aged for 2.5 years in French oak. 60% is new oak and 40% is second time after Chateau Lafite wine. So following our relation with Chateau Lafite, we have the right to use the second time barrels of Chateau Lafite. After that, so we bottled without any filtration or fining, and in order to preserve the integrity of the grapes. And after that, we bottled, and we keep in bottle for minimum 1 year, 1.5 years before to release. So the wine, as Daniele said, is a beautiful combination between power and elegance at the same time. But once again, is the microclimate territory is perfectly recognizable in this wine. Once again, thanks to all of you to be with us today. I am with Mr. Panerai totally available for you now for your question, and we will be more than happy to answer to all of them.
Buongiorno.
Ciao Michele, how are you?
Ciao Alessandro.
Happy to see you first of all. Happy to see you first of all.
It's very happy to see you, very healthy, and it's great to see you. And the wines were absolutely beautiful.
Grazie.
I have a question about the L'Eterno, but it's more of a question about Sicily and the Pinot Noir. Because of Sicily's climate, is it difficult to have vintage variations?
Of course, we had in our experience we had very important vintage variations. Not every vintage is really different to the others, but for example, 2016 was completely different to 2017, and 2018 was very close to 2016. And 2019 and 2020 was also very close to 2016. But 2017 was, like in many other parts of Italy, was really different. Again, 2010 also was another vintage completely different to the average. So because we are not, as you know, we are not at the sea level, no? So we are close to the sea, but we have 250 average elevation above the sea level. So we have a beautiful influence, and again, we have a fantastic exposure, especially in the second hills of the property, in the Piano Spineto, where the Pinot Nero is planted. And in that specific area, we have a sort of a special connection from the sea to the hill, and we got every single night a beautiful breeze starting from end of April till the last day before the harvest. A beautiful breeze reducing the temperature and making a good excursion between the night and day. So just to give you an example, during the day we can go between 35 or 37 degrees, and during the night we go between 16 and 17. So it's a huge difference between night and day. This is extremely important. First of all, to get the character of Pinot Nero into the juice, and secondly, to make the vegetation period a little bit longer. And as usual, as much we can, we try to have the vegetation period longer, because it's extremely important to have a better ripeness and then a better expression into the glass.
The harvest is consistently around the same time each year, though, correct?
Correct. And Pinot Nero, normally we do the harvest between the 2nd and the 3rd week of August.
Thank you.
Sometimes a little bit earlier. For example, the 17th, we did the 27th of July. So it was incredible, no? But just to give you, the differences in some vintages comparing to the others. But norm constantly is between the 1st and the 2nd week of August.
Thank you.
Grazie mille, Michele. Thank you to be with us.
I am importer in Belgium, Vines.
Ciao. How are you?
Piacere, grazie.
Happy to see you.
I'm very good. Thanks. I had my first vaccination, and I hope by summer we will all be vaccinated and I can come and visit you in Tuscany. No, I don't know if you can, because the problem we had during the quarantine, the lockdown, we didn't have much opportunity to taste new vintages at ProWine or at Vinitaly. So I was very curious to know how the vintages are going to become in the future. I mean, I just received a Chianti Classico Riserva 2018. I haven't tasted them before I ordered them because I didn't have the chance to taste the wines. But I mean, I can compare, like, for example, the older vintages. Like, I like very much 13. I liked very much 15 was also a warm year, but it was a very nice year, I think, for also for Sangiovese. 16 is my favorite vintage because it's got the freshness and the acidity. 17 I like very much at Castellare because they really kept the freshness, I think. And can you say something about the vintages actually on sale now, 18 and 19? Let's say for Chianti Classico 18 compared to 19. And maybe you can already give some prospects how the vintage 2020 was in Tuscany for Castellare.
Okay, so starting first about 2018. 2018 was a very fresh vintage. For my personal opinion, was one of the great vintages for Castellare, because it was much easier than in other vintages to keep the acidity and to keep the freshness due to the the microclimate condition. And so in terms of potential of aging, eligibility, as you ask me, I can consider 2018 not probably one of the longest, but for sure it's a medium long eligibility time. So it's about for Chianti Classico between 10 to 15 years for sure, no problem. And the Riserva a little bit longer, so about 20 years without any problem. But the beauty of this vintage is the freshness and the beautiful acidity that you can breathe starting from the nose. This is an amazing character of 2018. 2019, what I can say, so for me was the greatest like 2016. 2019 and 2016 was very similar vintages in terms of vegetation period, very long. One of the latest in terms of harvest. We did the harvest for Risordi di San Nicolò, just to give you an example, in the third week of October, one of the latest in terms of harvest. And also for the Chianti Classico, the harvest of 2019 was very late comparing with the average, the third and the fourth week of September. And but the example of the beauty of 2019 is made by the market with, and I want to say thanks to all of you, partners from Italy and from all over the world, because 2019 is going, even in the pandemic situation, thanks to all of you, 2019 is flying. The Chianti Classico 2019 is flying, and all the customers that approaching 2019 carefully due the pandemic, due all the situations, as soon as they taste, everybody reorder because 2019 has a fantastic balance between the power and the freshness and the elegance. One of the best vintages since my beginning in Castellare. And 2020 is it's another fantastic vintage, more close. Just to give you an example, 2013. 2020 was really close to 2013. So one of the, in terms of the scale of quality, starting from 0 to 10, it probably is not 10, but is 8.9 or 9. So it's very high level of quality. Is a perfect balance, again, like 2019, that is remain, for my personal opinion, the highest, but it's also very close in 2020. Good balance between power and freshness. More, probably a little bit more, the balance is a little bit more in the direction of body versus the elegance, but just a little bit. So if we have to analyze 2019 and 2020, of course 2019 it's a little bit higher, but also 2020 it's still very high.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you to all of you again. Mattia Tobacco is one of our fantastic partners that we have, and I want to say, please, Mattia.
From our side, we don't have specific question, but
Eccolo. Ciao Mattia.
Ciao Alessandro, an honor to speak with you. We are here with all of the wine team of Bueno. We are missing a couple of people because they are enjoying the summer holidays, but you don't see on the camera just enough the director of the wine team, Master of Wine, Olivier Gasselen, the Olivier Trade, our assistant buyers, our intern Francesca, and the director of Bueno House. Thank you very much for the outstanding job that you did with this vintage. To be honest, sometimes, you know, in particular with the 17, is not nice, but there are some vintages that we would like to forget. But in your case, the job, the outstanding precision that you had for this wine permit us to enjoy beautiful bottles. Congratulations, really. We can imagine can be hard to challenge with warm vintages. And thank you, Alessandro, to give the chance to us to drink your wonderful wine, really.
Grazie Mattia. Thanks from all of us to Eno Future to help us to bring all of our wines in top of UK. Grazie mille.
Thank you.
Grazie. Thank you to all of you, as you are a fantastic team. Thanks to all of you. Mr. Cosa should be Paolo Porfidio, and then another master of wine, dear friend and great partner from Greece, Konstantinos Lazarakis. So first Paolo Porfidio and then Konstantinos.
Good morning, Alessandro. Good morning to everybody. How are you?
We are fine. Thank you to be with us.
Thank you for this invitation, and I would like to first say congratulations to everybody, the team, and in first of you, because for me, you know, you are one of the best winemaker in the world, and every wine, every year are the confirmation for this, because after 40 years, the Sodi di San Nicolò remain one of the best kind of wine on the Chianti Classico, and always every year with the vintage peculiarity, but every years remain one of the best. So Pinot Noir as well. Sorry, I was late because I worked, but right now I'm serving the wine.
Grazie, grazie mille.
And so
grazie mille, Paolo.
Congratulations. Grazie a voi, veramente.
Thank you to support all our labels, and always to bring our labels into the table of the great persons. Thank you very much, Paolo.
Grazie a voi. Thank you very much. Continuate così.
Grazie, Paolo. Grazie mille. And now to Mr. Konstantinos Lazarakis. Again, it's Master of Wine, the first and the only one Master of Wine in Greece, dear partner and dear friend. Ciao, Konstantinos.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, of course. Happy to see you in person.
It's great.
Happy to see you.
I hope we'll meet before too long, my dear.
Yes.
Just to start by saying thank you. I mean, this is an amazing tasting, and we really love the wines. We opened the bottles 11 o'clock this morning, and we invited all the people from Aeolos to slowly come in groups of 2 or 3 to taste, because we don't want to have our offices full of people still. We have to be very careful. And I have been tasting these wines since that time, and I can say that every single glass sings and keeps on adding more layers as you get more oxygen into this. So I'm really delighted. What I would like to ask is the aging ability of these 3 wines. How much? I mean, all of them are babies. They do have a long future. But capitalizing on your experience, what would be, you think, the optimum time to drink each of these 3 wines? Thank you.
Thank you, Konstantinos. The starting from Pinot Nero. Pinot Nero is perfectly drinkable right now, and also has a quite long ageability. So it's about 10 years, 10 to 15 years. And then Rocca di Frassinello as well is start to be drinkable right now. Preferably, I recommend to wait a little bit longer. So the end of this year would be the best time to start to drink the Rocca di Frassinello 2017. And Isodi Isodi, it's need a little bit longer. So it's of course it's already drinkable, because our policy is without drinkability we are not in the idea. So in a good idea to send the wine to the market. So of course the minimum drinkability is there, but if you ask me when this wine start to be real in a great shape, is beginning next year. And in terms of ageability, longevity, this wine has no less than 35 years of life, for sure. Even in a hot vintage, for all the situation, for all the reasons we said at the beginning, because in this wine we had the fortune due to the geographic area where the vineyard is located, to save and to keep a beautiful acidity, and with the tannins has a perfect balance, so to bring a freshness and body and beautiful silky taste into the tannins. That is for my personal opinion it's a quite long ageability, so minimum 30 years. Grazie mille, Konstantinos. Thanks to be with us. Very appreciated.
Yeah. Thank you for this opportunity. This is one of the best virtual tasting I ever attend. Congratulations. But honestly, I know very well your wine, so it's for me it's not new. I was also in your cellar a couple of years ago, so I know really the quality of your wine, and I'm happy some of my customer here, let's say partner, they attend also, and congratulations. Very good.
No, but you said that you know well our wine, but now we have Isodi di San Nicolò received for the second time the award, the best Italian wine, not only from Tuscany and from Chianti area, is from Italy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I know. And soon we will have here in the Philippines. We need just to wait.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your presence.
Mr. Petitejani is our Japanese importer.
Mr. Celai, hello, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Petitejani, how are you?
Yeah,
happy to have you here, connected with us.
Actually, what I wanted to say is, I haven't been able to travel for 1.5 years now because of this whole situation.
As everybody.
And I must say it is really extraordinary, and I want to thank you very much for letting us, give us this opportunity to taste these wines here. I enjoyed them extremely well. In particular, I love the Isodici and also the Rocca di Frassinella is really great. I will recommend to my team to try to do more and on that end.
Thank you very much.
So the only question I really had, because there are not many questions about the wines left, because mostly we know, and but you had an experience which I didn't have. You caught Corona, and I wanted to know whether, because people say it affects the taste, the ability to taste. Did you have any of that experience or not at all?
No, fortunately, I had many other effects, but fortunately, nose and taste was good since the beginning. I never disappear, and even just the day after my hospital, when I come back to the house, I started to taste the wine just in order not to drink, I couldn't, but just to taste, to make a good exercise to my nose and to my palate, and just to understand if I had some difficulties, but always still in a good shape.
Great.
But is the hand of the God in the label of L'Eterno?
Oh yes,
Pinot Noir.
I think yes, that was helping him a lot. I guess.
No, I was very high protected from God and from Mother of God to keep myself safe.
Thank you.
Grazie mille,
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
Tejan. Thank you,
Mr. Panerai. Thank you, Mr. Gelai, and all the best. Thank you.
Mr. Rafailov, fantastic pleasure to have you connected in face with us.
Yes, thank you. First of all, thank you for this great opportunity. Ciao, ciao. Fortunately, we had already on our stock Isodi 2017. I drink half of the bottle and absolutely happy because it's fantastic wine. Thank you for this great.
Just on time, just on time, because unfortunately was impossible to send you the samples through the normal way. But fortunately, exactly. you got the wines from your order. Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely.
Mr. Leon, what value do you think have Isodi di San Nicolò in terms of the price? Because we have the competitor under us for the quality and have a higher price. And so I said for the value of the wine, I give the opportunity to have a more profit with our improve of the price, so we can offer the more competition. One information: all the Sodi is finished, and all the crew will be with allocation, and so I have the pleasure to require to our partner the target is to obtain the good price in the market and to eliminate any type of the parallelism because with the e-commerce is very simple, and we go in the level of the top of the wine. And one key point is to maintain the correct price for all sell. And then we are sure you are ready for our cooperation.
Mr. Panerai, just to say that you will be very happy that in the Bolshoi Theater, and Leonid can confirm, there is a fantastic restaurant comparing with the 3 Michelin star restaurant around the world. And in that restaurant, Baffo Nero is the highest price for all Italian wines. For all Italian wines, Baffo Nero has the highest price. Confirm, Leonid?
Yes, it's our valuation.
Yes.
Mr. Panerai, it's absolutely expectable that you finish all the stock of this 2017 vintage, because it's very high quality, and I agree with you that we have to evaluate it higher. And for us is obvious, and we do it because the value of these wines we tasted, it's really higher, and the quality is higher than it's priced now. But we have to be very careful with price increasing and with positioning, because it's more marketing issue. It's not only commercial one. Our right positioning, working on the brand equity, and we have to take care when we do some movings higher, or just my short comments, if it's understandable.
Okay, but we are sure you can cooperate like other importer, our partner, in this target, because the market is changing in the moment when the wine can go everywhere, in the world with the e-commerce, and then it's very important to have the same price around the world, because in different cases there is the specialist of the parallelism, and this is very dangerous for the market and for the importer, official importer.
Mr. Panerai, because we are not Europe, for us it's parallelism absolutely impossible. But having around 20 years of history of cooperation with you, with your company, with Mr. Alessandro Celai, you can rely on us, and we will be in cooperation for sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, because I see behind you the diploma of Baffonero.
Yes.
Do you know we produce a special limited edition in the honor of Luna Rossa? Do you know Luna Rossa is the competitor of the in the America's Cup? And then we produce one limited edition with the name Baffo Rosso.
Wow.
Okay. And this is another occasion for the evaluate the correct our wine. We have many activity in terms of the marketing, but not with fantasy marketing, with the marketing about the quality and the value of the wine. I Sodi di San Nicolò have been 2 times in the undertop of Wine Spectator in 1988 and 1989, and more now have received this award from the 4 more important international critic, and also the Italian critics. And it's clear the Italian know well, better probably, the market and the quality of the whole Italian wine. If together they give this award, I think this is 1 point from 1 point to evaluate and to promote. And so in this direction, I will send the material for this. Okay?
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'm proud and I'm happy to have this diploma, and it's only diploma I have behind of me. It's a big honor to me, and I have this in my office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Eccolo,
Very quickly,
Giuseppe Federico, ciao.
Very
ciao,
quickly,
ciao
just to say hi and thank you. We're very grateful to be here today with you. Thank you, Mr. Panerai. Thank you, Alessandro, and a special welcome to Gianluca, to the team. We look forward to meeting you all. Was just that to show some gratitude. We hope
thank you, but I said something because Vias, I explained for the import of our estate, Rocca di Frassinello and Feudo del Pisciotto.
For
and
US.
Then, in the past, Vias is the specialist of the Sicilian wine, and now we test the value of the Pinot Noir. Is incredible wine, and so I hope you work just to recuperate the market for the not only for le Sughere di Frassinello, but Rocca di Frassinello and the other Sicilian wine, because we have a great space in the United States, and you have the great capability for this, because you have a long experience with the Sicilian wine. You imported for a long time Planeta with the great successful, and I am sure you can give the more space of our Sicilian wine in US. Thank you.
Mr. Panerai, we look forward to working with you and growing the Feudi at the best of our capabilities. Thank you very much. It's a great honor again, and we really value your partnership.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for nice conversation, for nice introduction and tasting. And we are from Latvia. Because I didn't know how to write it down in this, and I'm ashamed that I allocated only 12 bottles of Cernilli. This is my fault.
Pay attention because they are not a big quantity of Isodi now.
I know.
So if you like obtain the consensus from your client, we must offer the bottle
yes,
and not
yes,
drink
of course. If
all
you can
the bottle.
Increase, because I let to know our clients how good it is right now during this conversation, your introduction, and I'm a huge number of clients asking, I want one, want any. Could you please for me some bottle? So if it's possible, I would like to have a little bit more. Anyway, thank you very much. Wine is beautiful, wine is great, and I'm very, very happy and pleased to hear you.
Okay.
And
with your cooperation, we think our company will be more and more at the top in all market around the world.
No,
because
you are very
remember,
good.
This is very simple now to produce the format for the global tasting. Like I said in the introduction, we create the format because we made the first global testing in the world in 2015 with the cooperation of British Telecom. Is 5 continents connected in that occasion. Thank you for the cooperation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye. See you.
Want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks to support us. Thanks to not only to join us today, but to keep our brands always at the first positions in your target. We are extremely happy and honored to be represented in your countries from all of you. Thank you very much to everybody. Thank you.
Okay, thank you also from me, and this is the exemplum of the technology, and is also the effect of the COVID, but this is a very positive effect of the COVID. Not all is bad. Sometimes we can have the courage to keep the innovation, and probably we must create a program for regularly global testing, 2 or 3 per year. I think is the good occasion because we hope in the next month we'll can travel, but this is the occasion also for said this system is fantastic. Goodbye.